So, I have another song for you to listen to on the top of the episode. So, this song is by Leonard Maxwell, and the song is called I Sell More Because I Do More. I did get the song from the Podsafe Music Directory on the World Podcast Network. So I'm going to play that song for you now, and if you like it, you can go down to the show notes where there is a link to the song where you can listen to it and download it. And again, that is from the Podsafe Music Directory, which is part of the World Podcast Network. So I'm going to play that song for you now.
Waking up before the sun, every day's a brand new run. I'm chasing dreams, I'm on the grind. Got my hustle on my mind. While they're sleeping, I'm awake, making moves, there's no mistake. I'm out here building brick by brick. Success ain't some lucky trick. They say it's hard, I say let's go. I've got the fire, I've got the flow. Every step I take, I grow. I sell more because I do more. I sell more because I do more. Pushing harder than before. I rise up, I break through. Success is what I'm built to do. I sell more because I give more. Work the hustle, that's for sure. Every deal, I make it count. That's what my grind's about. Long nights, early starts. I'm giving everything on my heart. Through the sweat, through the strain, I'm turning effort into gain. When they slow, I speed ahead. No limit to where I'm led. I'm not waiting for my break. I'm out here making my own fate. They say it's hard, I say let's go. I've got the fire, I've got the flow. Every step I take, I grow. I sell more because I do more. I sell more because I do more. Pushing harder than before. I rise up, I break through. Success is what I'm built to do. I sell more because I give more. Work the hustle, that's for sure. Every deal, I make it count. That's what my grind's about. There's no secret to this game. It's putting in the work, the fame. When you show up every day, the wins will always come your way. I keep climbing, reaching high. I touch the stars, I own the sky. Nothing's ever out of reach, because I practice what I preach. I sell more because I do more. Pushing harder than before. I rise up, I break through. Success is what I'm built to do. I sell more because I give more. Work the hustle, that's for sure. Every deal, I make it count. That's what my grind's about. I sell more because I do more. This is my story, nothing more. The harder I work, the higher I soar. I sell more because I do more.
Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Danica, and today we're going to be doing the 8th episode of 90 Day Diaries. But before we do, there won't be any hot goss in this episode, but I do have one announcement. So, Patreon, going strong over there. Everything's on time. Everything's going on over there. So if you're interested in being a part of that, we have 3 tiers available to you, and all in Canadian dollars, I believe. So the first tier is $3 a month. You'll get these episodes ad free, as well as AMAs once a month, and hopefully more to come once membership grows. And then on the second tier, you get everything from the first tier, as well as episodes of coverage from yesteryear, reality shows of yesteryear. Well, this right now, we're doing Jersey Shore. So we're currently in the 3rd season of Jersey Shore. So you can hop over there if you'd like to listen to that coverage. I do release the first episode of every season, and the first season of season 3 has already come out as of May 8th on the main feed. you can take a listen to that. And if you're interested, you can hop on over to Patreon. And then on the third tier, we have a true crime documentary and everything else in the other tiers. And that we've done Mount Velma Kids, Ashley Madison. We've done Into the Fire, and this month is Lacey Peterson. So we done again. I do really, especially if it's like those 3 episode type situation. That is the first episode of the documentary coverage is always available on the main feed. This month's will come out next Tuesday. So you can take a look out for that. And if you're interested, you can hop on over to Patreon and you can get everything there. So yeah, that's basically it. If you're interested, again, in joining the Patreon, the link is in the show notes of the podcast. It is also available on the social media platforms and my website as well. But that is at patreon.com/reality tea times two. Okay, that is the announcement. Let's hop into the reason that we are here, and that's to discuss diaries. Okay, so this is episode 8, and we are with David and Annie again. So we saw them, I believe, in the first episode. We're seeing them again here. So we kind of hear, because we kind of see them, or him, I should say, cooking. And he kind of talks about the fact that apparently his mom's a medium. Didn't know that one. And she apparently said that his dad wanted to come back as one of the grandchildren. And the fact that Annie seems to really be loving a chili dog, and apparently his dad really loves a chili dog. He thinks that this child in her stomach is his dad, which, if you believe in that, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think I think it's a stretch. I think it's a stretch. Anyways, they haven't been able to boom boom, and she really wants to boom boom. And I looked into this because I'm like, so can you not have sex during IVF? Like, I'm actually really interested. Someone, please come at me if you're allowed to have sex during IVF. Once the transfer has happened and everything, like, are you allowed to have sex? Because the information I found, which I have heard, and it can be a mixed thing, can really depend on your situation as well as the doctor you're dealing with. But I have heard that you should try to abstain from sexual activity during the process of transferring the egg and everything, which I totally understand that. It's more about the infection and stuff like that. I'm just curious, like, is that the same reason why you wouldn't have sex? But that basically sounds like your first trimester and maybe then some, because I don't know how far along she is right now. I think maybe the transfer has recently just happened. So I'm interested because I just never, again, like I'm going through, I mentioned, going through fertility treatments. I'm not doing IVF. So I don't know if like that's how it would go. What me and my partner are doing is totally a different situation. And we've been told we can, resume normal sexual activity, albeit some changes due to, progesterone and intake and all that. But I'm just interested. Like, I've never heard, unless it's unique to her situation, or it's this doctor, or maybe they're still worried about infection that can infect the embryo. So I get that. I'm just interested. I want to know. Anyway, they do ask the doctor, can we boom boom? But the doctor told them, no, they're gonna wait on the boom boom. Um, and I did have to ask myself, "W- why did you have to ask the doctor if you could boom boom like in that way? We as the viewer know what they mean by boom boom. But like, people, you are grown ass adults who've just made a child together. And you guys can't say sex? Can we have sex? I don't know, man. Anyways, I'd be embarrassed to say boom boom to my doctor. Anyways, 1 week later, I kind of see them doing some high tea, you know, whatever. She does discuss that she wants her mom in the States to help with the baby, which I don't know how the tradition works with like Thailand. Obviously, we've kind of seen in Chinese culture, it's very it's very normal to have your parents there to help, especially within the first 100 days. It's tradition. So I'm not sure if that's kind of the same idea within Thailand or like if it's, similar or, I'm sure there's something there. As it is an Asian culture, so maybe there's something similar to that. But she wants her mom there to help. She doesn't have anybody to help, she says. Like, I don't know if they have a lot of family in Arizona where they live. I don't know. But if they didn't, and again, his family's much older, but, like, I don't know, like, I'm sure you have someone who could like his sister or maybe his daughter can come help sometimes or whatever. Like, maybe that'd be closer to family. Because I don't think anyone family-wise lives in Arizona. I'm gonna assume, this is dumb, but I'm gonna assume most of his family is in Jersey. So I don't know. Anyway, she wants her mom there, like I said. But he says, like, I don't want to burst her bubble, but I've done some research and it's not good. So he does eventually tell her that look to get a green card. It's not going to be a hard thing for her mom to get a green card because Annie has hers. But the problem is that it could take a year to a year and a half to get the green card, which is obviously problematic, seeing as you're only pregnant for 9 months. So she says, okay, so we have to think of something else. So what about moving back to Thailand? I think this is a bad idea. I mean, from my understanding, because I don't really know, I don't follow them very closely, but from what I've been told, they're making preparation to move to Thailand currently. So she's there. I think he's here doing up the finishing touches and everything, and he's gonna be going back. But I personally think this is a bad idea. Here's why. The man has a job. The man took a long time to get a job. We saw their journey, them having to live in a firehouse to a storage unit. You know, their journey of him being able to work was a tough one. Okay. He finally has that job. What now? What unless he can work remotely, but like what now? I'm curious. I want to know, can he work remotely? I want answers because like the man has a job. And I don't know if clearly he never attempted to work in Thailand. I don't know if he can work in Thailand. Do you need to know? I know Thai is not the right Jack talk Thai. I don't think that's the right language name, but you know what I mean. Can David talk Thai? I don't know. And do you need to talk Thai in order to like work there? So I feel like that's a bad idea. Anyway, if y'all know the reference, Jack Talk Thai, you're old. So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is a good idea. But he says, like, we're stable now. I have a job, we have a house. Like, why would you uproot all I understand she needs family there. But then why not just it's a year, okay? It's pretty close to when she's gonna give birth. Why can't we, I don't know, get her some sort of nanny or a night nurse or something that can, help in the interim before her mom comes. And then when her mom comes, we're done. We're good. You know what I mean? Um, because this hopefully will take more like a year. But again, you know, when did she have the baby? Was it before the Trump administration came in? Because I'm serious. It is something we need to think about, but I think it was before the Trump administration came in, or maybe it was after. It could have been after. Who knows? So maybe this is the way to go, is to go back to Thailand, because I can imagine with the state of things, with immigration especially, like it's not gonna be an easy thing. Probably to get someone here to the States, but I would have tried. And then if that didn't work, then you go to Thailand. And I think like giving birth in Thailand, doesn't that then does the child, 'cause again, I don't know how this works, but does the child automatically get American citizenship if they are not born in the States? Like, will they automatically, because mom has a green card, dad's from the States? Is that how that works? Like, it's funny. Only reason I asked that question is because in the most recent episode of 90 Day OG, so the one that just came on Sunday, which we will talk about eventually, Mark kind of made the comment about Maria being automatically an American citizen. How, sir? Because you're American? I mean, I guess now, yes, she's an American citizen because of the fact that he's a citizen. But before that, when she was born in France, like, she's not automatically a citizen. She had to go through the process. And that dates back to my memory with Olga, with when they had Steven. That's Steven, not Steven. That's Steven's the guy. What's the child's name again? Doesn't matter. Their son. He was born in Russia. He had to go through the process of getting his citizenship. So I don't know if that's a great idea either, of having to, under the situation, to give birth in Thailand if you had intentions of going back to the States. I don't know what the right thing to do is. I'm just spitballing. Doesn't matter. They had the baby anyway, spoiler alert. And I think she had her in Thailand. So there's that. Anyways, that's basically it for David and Annie. He does say in this, though, that he doesn't want to permanently leave America. Well, looks like that's what he's doing. Anyways, that's it. Moving on to Sophie. I don't give a shit, but let's just run through this, okay? Her dog is the most cutest thing I have seen ever, okay? His name is Timothy. That's a cute name. She now has her own apartment, so she's not living with Kay. She does go to see Kay, and Kay like gives her the dog stroller or whatever, and they kind of talk about relationships and her exploring dating women and all of that, and kind of exploring with that. First of all, the fact that this girl had to describe what bisexuality is. I'm like, ma'am, most of us, well, honestly, I think all of us should know, but most of us know what bisexuality is and means. So what? But anyways, she's thinking of exploring that side of her. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. She equates the reason of exploring that side of her, which I think I've said it. She should do it, learn about yourself, explore, have fun, and explore all sides of you, so you know more about yourself once you have actually explored that. You know what I mean? So she's not just saying hook up; she means a relationship with women as well. So, but she equates this to, well, men suck. I've been burned by men. I just want someone to be nice to me, give me flowers, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and you think because you're with a woman, they're going to do all of those things. It's not about gender in that sense. It's just not. Women can be just as bad. Listen, y'all, we all saw Queer Love, okay? We know that women can be just as bad. So she maybe needs to learn that, though, that women in relationships can be just as bad. It's not about the men. And the thing is that the people that if we go based on the people we see her surrounding herself with, the people who are in her life that are huge manipulators. We have Kay, we have her mom is a huge manipulator. Rob is a huge manipulator. I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say that any woman she's gonna end up with is also gonna be a huge manipulator because she, honestly, I think first and foremost, she needs to do therapy for herself and really to dig deep into her traumas, fuck around and find out. But I don't think she needs to be in a relationship. I think she needs to just fuck around and have fun, find out, and go from there. Because I feel like she just attracts these people like these honeycomb. It's ridiculous. Anyway, the the other thing here is that she kind of goes out with her friends. Her friends are too much. It is what it is. I don't care. Moving on. I wish the best for her. Moving on to even worse, Brian. Ugh, I can't stand him. And I think it's like I said it before, this man I want to like him, okay? I want to like him. I hate him so much. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's just pull this band-aid off. We're learning a little more about Nazi. We met Nazi during the tell-all for Before the 90. And he's telling his mom and his daughter, listen, I'm gonna go to Colombia to go see Nazi. Of course you fucking are. Anyways, mom was like, okay, well, no marriages. He's like, okay, okay, I won't get married. What about proposals? No, none of that either, because when you're engaged 7 freaking times, married 4, sir, you need to take a minute. Why are you, okay, who gets, you know what? We're not gonna talk about it. It doesn't matter. This man is desperate as fuck. He's a love addict, or he thinks he is. I don't know. Um, we know he sucks. We know he sucks, and we're gonna see it again in a second here. So he explains that he booked a one-way ticket to Colombia. Why? Why'd you book a one-way ticket? I don't like it. You booked that two-way ticket, or I should say round trip, but I don't know. When he gets to Colombia, though, and they're on the way to the hotel, Datsy ends up telling him, listen, like, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to meet you, which honestly, I don't think that's a big deal. I don't, because I think like he said they spent a lot of time together when she was in Chicago. When she was there for a couple of months. They spent a lot of time together, then okay, fine. Now you're going to be spending, he's like, he wants to stay for like 60 days or some nonsense. He stays for like 2 weeks, but you don't stay very long. I don't think that's a big deal. I think getting to know her more before meeting the parents is the way to go. I think maybe have a phone call or a video call with her parents a little later down the line. That's a good way to go. But he's such in a damn rush to meet the parents because let's be real, he wants to propose. He is such in a rush. It's I hate it. I hate it here. I don't know why he's like this. And because he hears it, he's like, I was told this once in a different country with different people, and they didn't want to meet me. And I thought it's because like they just didn't like me. A, no, they didn't like you. B, you did technically meet her mother. She just hated you. For good reason, because you suck. But no, she was horrible. Okay, she was horrible. Whether he sucked or not, like, that was a horrible way to act, but, I mean, technically, you did meet her parents. You didn't meet her dad, but you met her mom, so that's a step, but again, you also like, I don't know how long him and Nancy I think they've only been talking for a few months. You and what was her name again? Uh, Goldfish brain, y'all. Ingrid. You and Ingrid were talking for 2 years. It is a little crazy that you didn't meet her parents or speak to her parents even before going to Brazil, but you did meet her mom. So, technically. So, anyways, the next morning, we see them or see him trying to go into the bathroom, and He can't. The wheelchair won't let him go in. And I have this question. You didn't test that out before? You didn't know that your wheelchair could fit in the door before? Because listen, we know, okay, we know that when you went to Brazil and you and Ingrid were in the hotel room, you showered before going to bed. So we know you're not nasty. You technically shower. Hopefully you did before going to bed. You just now figuring out that your wheelchair does not fit in there. Didn't you pee at some point? But he has a catheter, right? I forgot he has a catheter. So but still, didn't you need to empty the catheter? Like, I have questions. Questions, y'all. What is happening? You never went in there once. Anyways, apparently he didn't. He goes in there now. He can't get in. So they have to take the door off the frame and then he's able to get in. She's helping him a whole bit, which is interesting again because he's like, I feel bad with her helping me do things. What the fuck? Didn't we not see you complaining about the fact that Ingrid wouldn't help you with things or that she was complaining about helping you with things? Because, like, you need to know if, like, she's going to help you because, it's going to get worse. Make up your fucking mind. I can't with this guy. He's all over the goddamn place. Like, seriously, you literally with Ingrid anyways, I don't know how you were with Datsy. Hopefully you learned not to do certain things right away. But again, they've been around each other, for a bit now. But with Ingrid, you literally tell her, "Oh, can you do this with the car?" Which she's like, "Didn't he do this himself before?" Like, I don't understand, but she does. Whatever. You're then out here showing her how the catheter works and the fact that you have to put a condom on and all of this, and you have to be semi hard to do. Like, you laid out a lot. And then when she's like, I don't want to be like a mom to you, you got mad about it. Am I wrong? So, what are you? I can't. He's so all over the place. Anyways, um, he wants to be official with her. They're kind of sitting down and talking about this, and he says he wants to be official with her. He wants a label, which, in today's world, labels are just not necessary. You know what I mean? Um, yes, I say my partner is my boyfriend, whatever, but like, I don't know, when we kind of got to that point, we didn't necessarily were like, let's put this label on it. He kind of just, said to me, you know, let's do this. I'm ready to do this. This is, me and you. That's all we needed. And we, you know, went through the motions and we got to where we are. It was a slow progression. We needed it. And this guy is like, I want to make it official. She wants to take it slow. And she's explaining all of that to him. And then this man is literally like, so are we putting a label on this? The label of you're the love of my life? Did you not just fucking hear her say, we need to take this slow? How did we go from, I need to take this slow down, I just want to get to know you? I know that's a song, but it's been a minute since I've heard that song. Um, what song is that? I am singing it literally in my head. I'm gonna figure out what song that is. Slow down, I just want to get to know you, but don't do it. What song is that? I wish I knew who it was and I'll help you. Anyways, so she just wants to slow down, get to know you. That's what we want to do. So how we get from that to you being like, so you love my life? What? There's and the look on her face was like, am I speaking English? Did I say that in English? She's like, we can be a thing. Let's just take this slow. How do we leap to that, sir? Like, this is what I mean. And the thing is like, it kind of like, okay, my dad has a different situation going on, but he too has made some decisions that I'm just like, I can't with it anymore. I'm literally gonna have to sit down and talk to him and probably factory reset his phone. Anyways, that's another story for another day. But it's just like, why do you need, I understand you want companionship. Companionship is fine. I'm all about it. But what is this leaping to love of my life after a few months? Like, let's be real, we only spent 2 months in person together. Like, and he ain't suffering for companionship. A man's been engaged 7 times, married 4. Like, seriously. Anyway, like I said, he stayed for 2 more weeks. He did not propose. You're welcome, mom. And she was planning a trip to the States again. So that's the last of that. I don't care to update on that because I hate him. Let's move on to Luke and Madeleine. Now, if no one knows, Luke and Madeleine. Luke, so they're both from Love in Paradise. Luke was the guy who lost his job and was trying to do the sunglasses venture. He also wrote a book as well. It's on Amazon, I believe, if you want to order it. Don't order it, but it is there apparently. Um, his glasses venture did not kick off. And then she is 19 years old. Think they started dating when she was underage. We don't know that though. I'm just speculating. Anyways, she had her beauty shop and her little moniker said BRD shop. Perfect. It's freaking perfect. Anyways, this is Luke and Madeline. So we meet his dad, who is a character. We meet his dad, Jim. Um, he's doing kind of wedding planning with his dad. And I'm thinking, well, shouldn't we be doing wedding planning with the person for whom you're going to be marrying? I mean, we kind of know what she wants. She wants the extravagant situation. That's what she wants. He's broke, y'all. He has no job. He was like an engineer or some sort. Like he made good money, and then he lost his job. You want to know why he lost his job? Because he was constantly traveling back and forth to Colombia. So that's how he lost his job. Um. So as we know, we learned in their season of Love in Paradise, she wants 3 dresses, 3 of them, 3 freaking dresses. And he's like, why? You're only gonna have 1 suit? Why does she need 3 dresses? Because she is who she is. Um, so then the next thing we kind of see, there's a Rachel's there to talk about. But then we kind of see that it's their 2 year anniversary. She's 20, y'all. She's 20. I'm just saying. Anyways, they are doing it over Zoom. But she asks, so when are you moving? So in case anyone doesn't remember this or didn't watch this season or whatever, he was supposed to move to Colombia in their trip that happened during Love in Paradise. Because he lost his job and he didn't tell her that he lost his job. Like he lost like the month before or whatever. He's like, I can't afford to move to Colombia. I need to make money in America so that I can go to Colombia. Which never ever made sense to me because I'm like, okay, but you just lost your job. Like I hear you want the money, but you don't have a job. Instead, you are putting money into glasses ventures that failed, y'all. And that's what you're doing. Why not just go to Colombia, start fresh there? I mean, you have her beauty shop, which is actually losing money more than it's making, but you could have done that for now. She also had an income property, so they could have done that for now. And then you could have gotten married, get a work permit, and you could have worked in Colombia. I never understood this back and forth of going back to America to make money for what? He has no money. He has no money, y'all. He's broke. He put in like, what was it like $30,000 or $10,000? It wasn't 30, 10,000 or so dollars into his glasses venture that failed. It failed. And he could have used that $10,000 to have as a nest egg for them to live in Colombia. And the thing is too, he says, if we are going to live the way we want to live comfortably, the lifestyle that we want to have, then I need to make money. Sir, how about we adjust the lifestyle? Why don't we try that? Because you act like you have money. You don't. You don't have money. She doesn't have money. None of y'all have money. So how about we adjust the goddamn lifestyle? It's so stupid. These two are so dumb. And he's the one that's like in his 30s and he should be smarter. He's not. He's an idiot. Anyways, it was a great season. You know, it was last season. Go watch it if you didn't. Anyways. And then you listen to my coverage of it. Go over there. Okay, great. So anyways, to answer her question, he just says soon. And she says it's always been soon. Every time I hear soon, 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 it never happens. He was supposed to move there, I think, after their year anniversary. So it's been a year and he hasn't moved back. I don't think he's even seen her. So because he doesn't have money. So and she asked him straight up, is like, is that a correct answer though? Is soon a correct answer? Because for her it ain't. She wants dates. She's like, how do adults in relationships go off of soon? I want confirmed dates. She wants to see the goddamn itinerary. That's all she wants. And she tells him straight up, and I honestly, I hope she sticks to it because this guy's an idiot. And I think like all he's gonna do really is drag her down more. But I'm sure he has stakes in her BRD business. Okay. So I don't know. But she tells him, if you do not move this year, so she's giving you, I don't know if it's like the rest of the year or she's giving him a year, whatever it is though. She's like, if you don't, we're done. Yeah, I would, yeah. I don't know if he ever did moves. I haven't heard anything. I wonder if we are going to see them in another Love in Paradise season. When is that coming? I want that in my life. Seeing as the 26th is on a Monday. Can we get that back? We're a single life. I miss it. Anyways, that is it for this. That is it for 90 Day Diaries. So we do have these other two episodes that just came out yesterday. I thought recording this. You're getting this, I think, Thursday. So um we'll get to those soon enough. I don't know when. We'll get to those soon enough. But yeah, that is it for this episode. So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want to read those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 Pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2 at hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.